Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, I'm here to do a swatch and review of some highlighters I picked up. Now I picked up these highlighters from the brand called Couture. This is what the packaging looks like. This is a brand created by Angel Marino. I don't know much about him, but I think he's a makeup artist. Yeah, this is the pack. It comes in a pot, and you have the name at the bottom, and then the weight. And these are made in the US. And these are loose powders, if you didn't know, and it comes with a sifter, and you can open and close the sifter at your convenience so that it doesn't create a mess. Now yeah, I picked up I think 8 of them, so let's talk the price. Now these retail for $26.99, and you can find them at the Artist Couture website, and also they also have some retail partners. I don't know, I just know one of them. I think one is Planet Beauty. I don't know what the others are. So yeah, let's see some swatches, and then let's get into the review, how they apply and how they perform and how they last and everything. Now this first one I'm about to swatch is called Sugar Daddy. This is like a bronzy golden shade. Oops. Let's do a swatch. This is Sugar Daddy. As you can see, they have a very high shine finish. Let's close that up before they drop and shatter. Next one is Double Take. Now Double Take looks very pale in the pot, but if you swatch it, it looks very different. It looks almost white in the pot, but when you swatch it, it becomes into a very pinky gold. I know these two look similar, but this is quite bronze with some hints of gold, and this is a white base with some pinky shimmers in it. This is really pretty. Let me do a proper swatch. It's kind of sheared out. Yeah, there you go. That is Double Take. Let's see Lickable. This is called Lickable. This is actually very similar to Sugar Daddy, but this has more of a gold to it than Sugar Daddy. This is Lickable. You can see they are so foiled and so shimmery. They catch the light tremendously. You can see how glittery they are. Not glittery, they are very shiny. They're very pretty, guys. Let's close that up. That is Lickable. I have Illuminati. Illuminati is more of a beige color, beige with some hints of gold. It's Illuminati. This is a bit light for my complexion, my skin tone. The last one is Yasss. Yasss. It has 4 S, and this looks pink in the tub. Let's see how it looks when it's swatched. Now when it's swatched, it doesn't change color or anything. It still appears like a rosy shade. I wouldn't even call it a rose gold. It just appears rosy on the skin. these are the shades, you guys. Now I swatched 5 shades for you, but in I did not buy 5 shades. I bought 8 in total, but I just have 5 with me. So I'll get to that later as to why I just have 5. So let's see how these perform and everything. I like the texture and the consistency of these loose powders. If you ask me, they are not too loose to the point that they fly everywhere once you open them. They do have some, they actually, the glitters and the pigment or whatever it is, they bind well together, you know, as in once you open, they just don't fly everywhere, they don't create a mess or anything. So they do bind together well, and when you blend it and apply it, they spread very evenly across your cheekbones, and as you can see for yourselves, they are very high shine finish, and they are actually quite metallic and foiled. I would say in my collection I have only one highlighter that is more metallic and foiled than these, and that's the Makeup Forever Starlit powders. They are even more shiny and they metallic, and they catch the light even more strongly, but these are pretty good themselves, right? And I do not have any problem with blending out. Only thing is that I did they do kind of fade towards the end of the day. They are not as intense as when I applied first, right? When I applied them for the first time, they are amazing and shiny and like bam in your face. But towards the end of the day, when I'm about to take my makeup off, I do see a reduction in the intensity. So that's there. Now, as I told you, I bought 8 shades, but I have only 5, right? Now, the reason for that is I can just sum it up in one line. That is, all shades are not created equal. Now, these highlighters have been hyped up all over social media. So initially I was intrigued by them. So I went to the website and I saw the price, and I feel the price was a bit on the higher side for an indie company, right? So I backed down. I did not purchase them. Now, since I bought them during a Black Friday sale, I bought them for 40% off. I did not buy these products for a full price. I bought them for almost for a half their price. So since I my expense was cut down to 40%, I was okay with paying the shipping costs. So they do have a compulsory shipping cost. They do not waive the shipping fee if you spend a certain amount of dollars or anything. You have to pay shipping costs at all times. So yeah, so I was okay with that. But once I got the products, the 3 shades that did not work out for me were, let me just check the names. They were a Gold Digger, Conceited, and Broadway. Just remember these 3 shade names, and please do not buy them. Now, I told you guys that one of my favorite things about these loose highlighting powders is their consistency, right? Now, and the fact that they bind well to each other in the pot, and they just don't fly everywhere. Now, that applies only to these 5 shades that I showed you. The 5 shades are Sugar Daddy, Double Take, Yasss, Illuminati, and Lickable. Now, these 5 shades that I picked up are amazing. They are perfection. The shimmers and the pigment or whatever it is in this highlighters, they bind well and they stick, and they just don't fly everywhere. And I think the fact that they bind well together is what makes the highlighter appear so even, and it doesn't like emphasize any fine lines or textures. But these 3, Gold Digger, Conceited, and Broadway, the biggest problem with these are that these are extremely loose powders, meaning they do not bind with each other, you know. Once you open, they just fly everywhere. It just gets everywhere, and it makes a mess, first of all. And then second, when I swatch these, you see how evenly it spreads onto the skin? You see how even it is? It gives you a perfect swatch, meaning the pigment is very obvious and it's not streaky. The pigment is perfectly applies evenly, and then it does have some glitters which catches the light beautifully, right? Now when you swatch these three shades, Gold Digger, Conceited and Broadway, now all it has is different sized shimmers or glitters or whatever you want to call it. They just have different sized glitters, and when I swatch it, I can't even see the pigment. It's just random glitters just dispersed in my in places where I swatch. It doesn't, the color, the pigment of the highlighter does not come through at all. And then there are various sized glitters in it, which just randomly dispersed in my in the area where I swatched, in my hand, and also in my I thought maybe it's just my finger swatches. It doesn't work. I used a brush, and all I see is just random sized glitters just spread randomly dispersed in my cheeks. And then I tried to use it also as an inner corner highlight. I just saw just chunks of glitter here and here and here. It was a mess. It did not give a flattering appearance at all. I think these three shades were a total failure. I could not work with them. To be honest, the reason you don't see these shades is because I got rid of them. It was just a reminder of a very bad decision that I made, and I had to get them out of my house. So these three shades, please beware of them. These are not good shades at all. These three shades, really, they just loose glitters, just various sized glitters. They just randomly spread across the skin where you swatch them, whether you swatch it with your finger or a brush. They are not good at all. I mean, they look stunning in the pan because they catch the light as you move and everything, but I think the best way to use them is like highlighter toppers, where you already have a highlighter, so that this is just boost the shimmer and the glitter and all the shine and everything. It just boosts the already existing highlighter that you already have on your cheekbones. So I'm not even sure if there's something called a highlighter topper. Even if there was a highlighter topper, I'm not willing to spend $26.99 on it. Seriously, it was a total, these three shades were a complete failure. So those are my thoughts, you guys. I know it sounds like a rant, but I just wanted the consumers to be aware, because these powders have been hyped all over social media, and all the big YouTubers have been like raving about them, and that's why I took the plunge. I mean, of course, I'm not blaming them. You know, the onus is on me to I mean, what I buy and how many I buy, right? So of course I blame myself to bought so many things at one time. I should have just bought few things and tested them out and then gone for more products. But since it was Black Friday and I was in the mood to purchase and it was 40% off, I just could not resist. So yeah, those are my thoughts, you guys. Some are amazing, outstanding and stunning, and they look amazing, and they spread across your skin beautifully. They do not leave streaks. Of course, yeah, I think you can see streaks because, you know, these are finger swatches, but when you use a brush, they perform amazing. They are stunning. And also these powders are multitaskers. You can use them on your eyes as well, and also on your body. So yeah, that, and what else? Yeah, that's it, you guys. So please be aware of these three shades that I told you guys about. And yeah, and also I wanted to say these shades are very, very flattering on deeper skin tones as well. This is a lighter shade I have, and I don't have any problems with pulling this off. This looks very, very well, and And the one I have on my cheek is, I think, Lickable. Like as I told you, right, I applied this quite some time ago and it's not as intense as it was in the morning. As you can see, it's kind of toned down. So yeah, these are my thoughts and this is my review, and these are the swatches. Hope you find this video useful, and please like if you enjoy this video, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.